يشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله وعلى كريم وصلى الله على الأنبياء أجمعين ومسيح ومهدي ومجدد لأن مرسلين. Now we will turn to the God. The letter itself, first off, I've been telling people for years, okay, that our family, the higher ups, without question, they crossed every T and dotted every I. Meaning, when I say perfection at its very highest, I mean the type of perfection that is phenomenal. I mean, there's no getting around just how on point all of them are. From like, okay, I stand fifth in line. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, the Most High Deity, who that knew himself. Then you have the God men, right? Then you have Tuhuti, right? That's my grandfather. And then you have Baba, and then there's me, right? Now why? Man, when I say the epitome of perfection, loved one, I mean it's incredible just to see how well our family has loved us and has everything exactly the way it's supposed to be. Like, you know, people oftentimes, if I was to say to people, if they were to ask me what type of God would see us in bondage for 400 years, right? I would say a merciful God. And they couldn't understand that. And I would say that's only because the rule is you have to first serve before you rule. And because we are destined to, at the end of the day, be in very, very high positions of authority, we would not know what it is to properly lead anybody and have slaves ourselves. You follow me? If we hadn't been slaves at one time. Because, in the day when the servant shall be unto their brethren, you get my drift. You follow me?
Yes.
In that day, I might say, get over there and fix me a sandwich. But then at the same time, I'm allowed to say, but while you're over there, fix yourself one. Or better yet, sit down. I'll fix us both one. You follow that?
Yes, I do.
See, because we know what it is to be a slave. Where had that not occurred, you follow this? We could only dictate and become just as bad as they are. My father said to me one time, he said, if someone takes something from you, you have the absolute right to take back whatever it is that they took from you. Why? Because it's yours. Or you could take everything they own. I said, why did he say that? He said, because it violated you. Or you can choose to not take anything at all. And he asked me, how would you choose? So I knew if I answered him right away, you would know that I hadn't given any real thought to it. Mm-hmm. So I thought, and after about a 3-day time period, I went back to him and I said, I like the answer now. And he said, well, what's your answer? I said, I would choose not to take anything at all. He said, what makes you make that decision? I said, because I look at it like this. Why should I become the very thing that I despise? It doesn't give me, in other words, all I would do is be lowering. They could have it. Because the truth of the matter is, after that, their energy is all over it. And that negative energy, I don't want no parts of it. And so on that note, I would choose not to take anything. He said, good choice, son. He said, but I want you to know that all three choices are right. However you choose in that respect, when somebody steals something from you, always know. There's two things I don't like in this life, and that's a liar or a thief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Truth of the matter is, I don't lie to nobody about anything at all. Because I look at it like this. There's no real reason for two adults, one to have to lie to the other. Want to know why I say that?
Why?
Because you're grown. And if they can't accept the truth, that's not your problem, that's theirs. It shows they still got some growing to do. And the truth of the matter is, if you want to wait on them to grow, then that's, without question, is your prerogative too. But if you make that choice, always know that you're going to have to take what comes along with that, which most times is distasteful. You follow?
Oh, yes.
So, you know, I don't lie to anyone. I look at it like there's no real reason to lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. In my younger years, when, you know, stupidity was still very much a part of my life. You know what I mean? I lied about a lot of things. You know, the truth is, I tell people all the time, if you judge me as a messenger, without question, I'm sure you're going to find fault. The reason being is because I make mistakes like anybody else. And I don't claim to have all the answers. But the truth of the matter is I carry my portion. And the portion I carry, without question, I'm going to continue to carry it well.